Hey, what's up, guys? So I have a wild one for you this week. I went out to Las Vegas to meet up with Ryan Stock and amberlynn, and they did some pretty insane stunts. Yes, they are real. Don't say they're fake. I don't do that on this channel. Everything is real. And something to keep note is that when you're watching him put the chainsaw in his mouth, his hand actually hit me, and at that moment I thought I killed the guy. His face was gonna get chopped off or something crazy. But you know, when I'm doing these things, I'm not focused really on what he's doing. I'm just trying to get the shot, get the angles, and everything was cool, but it was just one of those moments where it's like, oh no. But yeah, I want to say thank you to Anastasia Sin and the amazing Jonathan for letting us shoot at their house. I also want to give a shout out to Andrew for hooking this whole thing up. Thank you, buddy. And if you haven't seen his videos, check those out. They're pretty insane. But yeah, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, and sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I'm Ryan Stock, and this is why I'm the human meathead. Not only do I perform these dangerous and insane stunts, I create these for a living. I've created a ton of stuff that I perform in my show, and I've created stuff that other people perform all over the world. This is a chainsaw. It's real. It's dangerous. And I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
That's hard to
Sorry, man.
No. Part of my performance style is I like to make the stunts look easy and look effortless. I want people to see that I have a familiarity with my props, that I know what I'm doing. Now, at the same time, it is dangerous, it is scary, and it takes a lot more practice. It's one thing to be able to do the stunt, it's another thing to look natural while you're doing it. And that requires a lot of work. I do these things for a living because it's all I know. This is all I've done for a living, and people always ask me if I get an adrenaline rush out of it, but I don't get an adrenaline rush out of things at all. And that's why I work as a stunt performer. I don't just do gross things, and I've never found that I got an adrenaline rush from it. I'm always able to keep myself calm and relaxed. And I think that's part of the reason that this accidentally became my job. It was never a plan to do this for a living. I was just always good at it. I hold the world record for the heaviest vehicle pulled with a hook through the face at 1,500 pounds. This vehicle weighs 6,000 pounds. We have chalk marks every 10 feet. I have to get this vehicle moved at least 20 feet, but I'm gonna see how far I can get. When I force the hook through my sinuses, over my hard and soft palate, and out my mouth, I can feel the pressure right in the middle of my skull. Doctors tell me that pulling that much weight will pull the whole inside of my face out. And at 50 pounds of pressure, it actually pulls the whole upper jaw out of the skull. Doctors say it's impossible to do, but we're gonna try it. I think that's far enough. I'm super stoked that we got that done today. I pulled that thing 60 feet, weighed 6,000 pounds. My sinuses are a little bit swollen and sore, but I'm gonna live, and that's a new world record. What do you think?
Not bad.
When I created the human meathead 18 years ago, my wife amberlynn, she had a binder ring. It was about this big, and she was wearing it as a necklace, and she left it on our coffee table, and I took it and I decided to see if I could get it through my nose and out my mouth, and I found that it was too big. It was getting caught up right at the back of my teeth. So I went out into the garage and I found a piece of metal and I bent it into a hook until I could figure out how to get it in my nose and out my mouth, and that's when the trick hit me, and I came up with the name right there, the human meathead. I made this hook and I had it on stage within a week. So people always ask how I'm able to get the hook in my nose and out my mouth, and technically everybody is capable of doing it, but it would be extremely uncomfortable. And there are people who've tried to duplicate the act that I've done, and most people are using much thinner hooks, much thinner pieces of metal. I've had to stretch my sinuses out in the same way that you would stretch a piercing. Over time, I've added larger and larger objects until the size of my sinuses grew to the point that I could fit in a hook that's 3/8 of an inch thick. It took several years to get to that point. Pulling a car with the hook is pretty intense, but if you're really the human meathead, you should be able to hang from it. This is the real test. Now, pulling a vehicle is one thing, but to be able to hang from the actual hook is a different story. Now, people think, well, you just pulled 6,000 pounds. What's hanging yourself at only 200 pounds? Well, it changes everything. If you ever ran out of gas in your car, did you push that car to the gas station or did you carry it to the gas station? You pushed it. It requires a lot more weight and a lot more pressure to actually hang from that hook. And I'm gonna see if I can do that today without ripping my face off.
How does that feel?
Amazing.
Cleans the sinuses out.
When I hang from the hook, the pressure inside my head is incredible. It feels like my eyes are pushing out of my head. It feels like my sinuses are more swollen than they've ever been in my life. It feels like it's gonna rip out my whole upper jaw. And I can feel all of the cartilage and all the tendons holding on there as they stretch out. It's extremely dangerous. I don't recommend anybody attempts this at home. The goal with our show is to derive real emotion from the audience. Now, people think that entertainment just has to be funny, but that's not true. It can be funny, and our show is funny at times, but at times it's gross, and that's entertainment as well. As long as people are feeling all disgusted at the same time, then they're being entertained. They might be disturbed. At times, they might even be offended. But as long as they're all offended together, it's a show. What I do for a living is about innovation. I like to create ideas. I like to create brand new things, bring it to people, show them something that they've never seen before. I don't like to take things that I've seen other people do. I like to do my own thing and make an exciting show, make a disturbing show, maybe sometimes a disgusting show, but I want people to walk away with something that they've never seen before. There's a small handful of people that can swallow a curved sword, but I'm going to switch that up. I'm going to swallow the sword on my right side. While it's in my body, I'm going to twist it 180 degrees, pull it out on my left side. Let's give it a shot. Just like that. Some stunts, when I'm learning them, I'll find that I will end up in pain. So if I've moved on to, say, a larger object that I'm putting down my throat, or if I've increased the size of a hook that I'm putting through my face, I'll find that my sinuses will get swollen, my throat will get scratchy and sore. But once I'm doing it on the road, sometimes I'm doing this 2-3 times a night, as I'm touring 5-6 days a week, your body learns to adapt. My body stops reacting to it. I stop getting a swollen throat. I stop getting painful sinuses. And it's pretty incredible that your body can just learn how to do these things. To be honest, it stops becoming painful. And I think it's because pain is just panic. It's a way of your body telling you something is wrong. And once you've done something so many times, your body gives up on that response. It's the same as if you learn how to swallow a sword. You gag because your body is telling you there's a foreign object in your throat and you need to get it out. Well, when you do that every day, 6, 7, 8 times a day, every day, eventually your gag reflex stops reacting because it's used to it now. And that's the same thing with something painful. If you did something painful every day, over and over and over again, eventually you stop feeling that pain because your body doesn't need to tell you anymore that something's wrong. And I like to be able to show something different. I like to have something in my show that's new, that's unique, that's strange, something people can go home and talk about. You can follow us online. I'm Ryan Stock Official on Instagram, or if you want to follow us on Facebook, we have a show called The Ryan and Amber Show on Facebook Watch. Check it out.